be like 2 people waiting. This is gonna be so exciting. All right, we are
Because of the
live.
hour.
I know everyone's watching lives at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone, welcome to the Shanty Pants Show. Thank you so much for being with us today. I have my amazing sister Carrie Beth here hanging out with us, and we are just going to hang out and chat, answer questions. You guys can throw us some questions if you would like to, and we'll answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for those watching the replay later, which is probably most of you because it is 1:30 in the afternoon. What time is it for you? 3:30 in the afternoon?
4:30.
4:30 in the afternoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my sister moved far away from me and was very rude and now is living her best life while I'm here still.
What's the weather like over there? Just curious.
Today it's nice. It's sunny and bright, but when we needed no rain because we were both working over the weekend, it was raining.
Pouring. Oh, okay.
So Sunday wasn't terrible. It was just cloudy. But today it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So
It's like
what about
80,
there? Do I
84, 84
stop
today?
it.
No, 75 right now. But it
Oh,
was 84 yesterday when we were doing family pictures, so that
that's
was fun.
amazing. And you're
Mhm.
sweating and did
Yes.
you wear fall clothes where you tried to look like
Yeah,
wintry?
kinda. Yeah, we tried to do that. It was very neat. Yeah.
You might as well just get rid of all of that stuff because I
Oh,
don't
I know.
think.
But then it got to like 41 last week. So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
frigid. And I'm in my flip-flops because that's all you
Oh,
wear
yeah.
here. So I
Right.
didn't really know how to handle that situation.
Oh, that
So it
is a
is
rough
good to have
situation.
some warm clothes. But I
Okay.
barely made it to this podcast
Okay. What's up?
tonight because I get off work. Do you want to hear
Mhm.
the story?
I do wanna hear the story,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. This is our way of
So,
catching up,
yeah.
so it's not about anyone else, it's just about us catching up. So,
Anyone
yeah,
that has
perfect.
kids, they're gonna be like,
Mm.
"Yes, yes, yes."
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
get off work, go get in the car line, which is fun enough as it is, get the
Like the pickup
kids.
line at school?
Yes, the pickup line
Oh,
at school.
yeah, that's
And
awful.
today was, oh, see the sticker stuck in my hair.
Oh my
Today was
gosh.
Bluey Day for my youngest, Lulu. She is in pre-K. So let me take
Okay.
this out.
So
So
what
she wanted to give me the sticker, and it is still in my hair
Oh my
because
gosh.
hear what happens after. So
Oh.
everybody gets in the car. I have an 8-year-old and a just turned 5-year-old, and I thought, oh, 5, she's gonna be growing up. She's gonna be like
Yeah.
learning how to like, you know. So Presley gets in the car and she's like, Lulu has bark in her ear. And and then Presley, because she's super
Mm.
emotional child, starts sobbing because she's
Oh.
like, what's going to happen to her? And we are literally not even out of the car line yet, not
Oh
even
my
buckled out of the
gosh.
car line. Presley's sobbing because Lulu is going into surgery for her ear. So I'm like, okay, what's up, Lulu? Like, who put bark in your ear? Like, what's up? Some boy,
Oh
I don't remember his name, he put bark in my ear. Cool. So I find the next place that I can like pull over, like in this grocery store, like
god.
shopping parking lot, and go like look in her ear. Sure enough, there's like dirt and you know that like bark, um, just little stuff that's in there, like
Uh-huh.
just this
Like the
stuff,
flaky,
the
like
flaky. And so
slivers
like
kind of?
sure
Yeah.
enough, like in her
Oh.
ear. So I call
Mm.
Sean. I'm like, what do I do? Just
You needed
do we
me.
have yeah, do we have tweezers? He's like, "Oh, we don't have any, so go by a CVS." Well, it's like I took the wrong turn. Go finally find a CVS. Well, there were some firefighters and
Oh.
policemen in dealing with a situation in the parking lot. And I thought there's so many of them. Like I wonder
They're
if
bored.
they have a little time to help this mama out. But we just didn't. We went to the CVS. I was like,
Oh,
I don't want
man,
to
that
cause
would've
a
made the
scene.
story so much
I
better,
know
though.
it would have been. There were so many, you know how they show up and it's like there's so many
Yes.
and they're just doing paperwork. You can tell it's like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah, they have
whoever had
nothing
an
going on.
issue, they, took to the hospital or whatever. So we get to CVS. Of course, they want snacks and drinks
Mm.
and all the things. So we get all that. We get the tweezers. We get home. And on the way home, Presley's like, "Oh, there's a boy in my class that I sit next to. He was throwing up today." It's like, "Oh, cool. That's so neat." So, like, in a couple of days when we're on our trip, you're going to be
Mm.
throwing up. And so, just like
Perfect.
all the things in my mind. So, at CVS, I bought, those Sour Patch watermelon,
Oh, yeah. Like candy, gummy
delicious
candies?
candies. I just
Yes. Yeah.
grabbed them off the shelf.
Mm.
I ate
Mhm.
the whole package on the way.
Moment of
And I'm
weakness,
supposed to
that's
be
okay.
fasting right now and like doing really good, but I'm an emotional eater. And it's like, I know that she's going to end up in the ER tonight. I'm going to miss
Mm.
this podcast with Shannon. And so we get home. Sean's the calm one of the family, and I'm just
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, there's bark in there. And he's like, it's just like a little dirt. I really don't see bark, which we'll see in a couple of days. If she spikes a fever, it'll be like, oh, she has
Ugh.
something in there. But so far, we're just like showering warm water, trying to, and
Mm.
hopefully we don't end up in the
Oh
ER when we're in
my
Orlando this weekend.
gosh.
So
That's fun.
she gave me the sticker because she's like, oh, I have an extra sticker, mommy, which was really sweet. And then she told me a boy put bark in her ear. I'm like, for now on, tell the boys not to put bark in your ear. What do you say? She's like, please don't put bark in my ear. I said, no. You say no. N-O, no. Don't put bark in my ear. So that's my story. And I barely made it here on time.
Oh
Because
my
normally I'm
gosh.
home by 3:30 and we had a lot of stops to make. So
Oh
then
my
I just got home a little frazzled
gosh.
with stickers in my hair.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad that you made it. But that is pretty hilarious. And she needs Nanny to be there because I
You're
have been
calm.
obsessed lately
Oh.
with the like I fall asleep to watching weird videos.
Oh, please don't
And
tell me the pimple popper one.
oh yeah, that started it like years ago. I love the
Oh,
Pimple Popper one.
Sean can
But
watch that.
now, oh, it's amazing. But what I'm really into now that I watch on YouTube every night is the cleaning of the ear canal and so like there's like doctors that actually just specialize in this. And I actually have a kit because I've been doing Zoe's because she gets just really excessive earwax. And so
Ugh.
it's stupid. The doctors have no clue either. Unless you go to a specialist, they're
Oh,
just like, oh, let's hose it out. And I'm like, I can do that at home. So she needs Nanny there because I'm like a professional ear cleaner outer
oh my
person now.
gosh, I
Hmm.
do need you.
Hmm. Hmm.
She's fine
So
as a fiddle. I mean, that girl is just totally fine, but it's just in my mind, I'm
yeah.
like, we're gonna end up in the ER
Right,
tonight.
right.
And
Yeah.
this is why I'm
No,
gonna miss the show.
no, you're gonna make it. And I'm gonna send you an Amazon link to a cleaner thing that's like very safe and it flushes the ear canal out
Oh,
and
okay.
it's very safe to use. And it's what like when I used to work at the pediatric office, it's what we always used. And
I feel like
it's
she had
pretty
so much
easy.
wax in there that maybe it maybe it eliminated the bark from going straight into the canal.
Yeah, it might have, and that's the job of wax. So if it did, then it did its job. And yay.
Yay, I'm glad
She'll
I
probably
went
be
to
fine. She'll
yours.
probably be
Yeah.
fine.
So that's how I ended up here. But
That's super fun. Well, I'm
yeah,
glad that you made it
yes.
because it's good to see your face and your new
Mhm.
hair looks so pretty. Oh
90s,
gosh, I love
90s. It's
it.
the chunky highlights, and a lot of hairdressers don't want to do them
I
because
love
it's
it.
not in, but I don't care. I
So,
like
like, what's in? I mean, because obviously,
You
I don't
do the
know.
tiny highlights, really small, like hidden
Oh.
throughout, like the natural look. But I don't
Mm.
like the natural look. If I'm gonna
Well,
get
I
my hair
mean,
done, I want it
you
to
wanna
stand
see it.
out.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I
I'm gonna
agree
shut these
completely.
blinds a little bit because the sun is in my face.
I
The
will,
Florida gorgeous sun.
so amazing. So amazing.
My little palm trees out front.
Uh,
Okay.
I saw your post about the palm trees covered in lights, that this is how Florida is
Oh,
Christmas, and
aren't
I'm like,
they
"Oh my gosh,
gorgeous? I
yes,
love
it's
those.
so pretty,
I
so
know.
pretty." I loved it. Love it, love it, love it. Um, okay, well, we obviously are doing this live at a time of day where no one's watching because
Is there
it's the
anyone
middle of
on
the
with
day.
questions?
No, there's no one on with questions.
Okay.
So everyone will be watching this later, or it will just be on the
Uh,
podcast, which either way is fine. But I I was just telling you or talking to you about my comedy class that I'm taking,
yes.
and I had a friend who we talked about it like a year ago about taking a comedy class. So we're in like Sacramento area. So Sacramento has several different like comedy spots in the city.
Is it the
So we're not
Laughs
too far.
Unlimited place?
No, it's Comedy
Okay.
Spot, actually.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Yeah, I think it's called Comedy Spot. There's Laughs Unlimited, Comedy
In
Spot.
Sacramento, you actually drive to Sacramento?
Mhm.
Whoa,
Yeah.
good job.
But we've been writing together, so it's been fun.
Oh,
And
that's
today's her
nice.
birthday. I know. So
Oh,
tonight we're going on her birthday.
how
Yeah.
fun.
I know. It'll be really fun. So we anyway, we had talked about it like a year ago and then finally she just signed up and sent me the link and was like, "I signed up." And at first I'm like, "Oh, like holidays, it's right." But it's a Monday night. It's like, what are we ever going to be doing on a
No.
Monday night? It's totally fine. So we've had 2 classes so far, and there's only 4. So tonight's the third one. And then next
Wow.
week is our final one on Monday night. And then Thursday night, we actually are going to the Comedy Spot and performing for
I wish I could
people. I know.
go.
So like friends and family can buy tickets and come and watch us.
Is Dwayne
So
gonna go?
I'm assuming he will,
I
but he better. I mean, I'd be
He
a little
might not want
offended.
to. He might want to stay.
He
Be
gets
like,
so he
practice
gets
a
so
little.
nervous, like I don't get even nervous about it because it's like, oh, if it's stupid, whatever. But he gets
He
so
gets nervous
nervous
for
for
you.
me. Yes, he gets so nervous. So I
That's
don't honestly don't even
perfect.
know if he will come. But my friend's husband is like so into it and like
Wait,
inviting all
who's
these
your friend
people.
that's doing
You
it?
don't know her. She's Adrienne is her name.
Okay.
She's from Canada. She's been here a year now. She's amazing.
I feel like I
And
know
like we
so many people.
I know. Is she has younger kids than me, way younger. So she's like young and adorable. But we
Unlike
have
us.
connected. Yeah, she's not old like me. And I'm like, ugh. But she's fabulous. So yeah. So her husband's so into it. Like he helped her write and critiqued
Oh.
her. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, because I don't
I'm just
have
gonna
that.
wing it.
Yeah, I seriously do. And like tonight, I have nothing prepared. So it's going to be all that to say, I thought really if we talked a little bit today about some of the ridiculousness of growing up in our cult, maybe it would spur some ideas because the set I'm working on is very like my youth related and cult related. So I thought, ooh, if we talk about some of our fantastical memories, first of all, I know my podcast audience just like digs all things culty.
Now, I
And
have a question.
yeah,
The friend that you go with, was she in a cult or she's just doing this for comedy things?
just for comedy. She's
Okay,
she's
okay,
normal. She goes to
okay.
church. She's a church person, but she does not come from our background or our cult or anything. Yeah,
Mhm,
no.
mhm.
So
Okay.
she's got lots of questions too because it's not like we've known each other for a long time. So as I'm doing this, like our car rides on the way to our class are very interesting because, it's
Oh, I'm
it's really
sure.
cool. It's really cool.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's why, like, I haven't been one to really be very vocal like you are about
Mhm.
our upbringing. Partially, like some of the people that will see our podcast today have
Mhm.
no idea, have no
Yeah.
idea. And it's just
Mhm.
because when you do say, "Yeah, I was raised in a cult," it's like,
Mhm.
"What?
Yeah.
Tell me more. What's the name of it?"
Right.
Well, it's one
We
with
were
no name
oh,
because we
we were
didn't
so
wanna.
cool.
We were so cool we didn't have a name. It's like you can't even explain it, some
No,
of
it's
it. It's like, "Well, I'd like to be able to give you a name, but
right.
I can't."
Right. No, no. We were
Is that
which
the
it's
first you get? Like, what was the name of it?
oh yeah,
Because they
yeah.
wanna know, what
Yeah.
is it related to?
Right. And especially now because there's so many like documentaries and stuff
Yeah, yeah.
with all the different churchy cults, and
Yes. I
other
feel like
cults.
I see them all the time coming up, popping
They're
up
so
new.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really great because I was talking to do you remember Mike Boyd? They
Yeah.
lived on our
Wow,
property.
yeah. Carrie
He's
Boyd? Oh, no,
Naomi.
Naomi, that's right,
Yeah.
okay.
She was so sweet.
So
He
sweet.
is gonna be on or we already did our recording, but he's gonna be on the podcast. And he just wrote a book on like spiritual abuse recovery and
Oh.
it's very interesting. But he's kind of in between our age and our parents' age, kind of. So he's
How did
kind of
he get involved with
I
it?
know. Well, you'll have to listen to the podcast. Um,
Okay, stay
but yeah,
tuned.
I know. It's gonna be actually it's next week. Yeah. What's this? Yeah, it's gonna be next week. This week I have someone
Well,
else,
I
and
feel
next week.
like that is one of the most interesting things. Even I have those questions, like with a Mike Boyd or anyone, like, how did you end up here? Like, what
Mhm.
attracted you to this place and the people that are still there? I
Right.
mean, obviously, we know a lot of it's mental,
Mhm.
but what made you say, "This is the place I wanna be"?
Mhm.
That's what's crazy to
Well,
me.
and like with every different cult or group, there's always and that's what,
A
as
positive.
much of it there's always positive. There's always
Yeah,
something that draws
yeah.
you in. And when Mike talked about it, he talked about He was a young, troubled teen. He had been incarcerated and was working out a lot of stuff, met up at a church locally here somewhere, and then met someone in our group. And he said initially it was like he really appreciated the structure of it because
Mm,
his life was so unstructured and just,
yeah.
whatever, that the structure appealed to him because he needed that in his life.
Yeah. That
And then
makes sense.
2, he said just the community of it, it
Yeah.
seemed
No, it
from the
is true.
outside like, "Oh, these families are getting together and they're connecting and, oh, they're all so close
Yeah.
and they know everything about everyone. How amazing."
Yeah.
So, there is positive that people get drawn into, but that's always my first question too, because obviously we were born into it. But it's
Yeah.
like,
So it's like,
why? What
what
made you
man?
want to join us? Because we are a freaking weird group of people.
Or the
And
ones that are still in it that say they wish they could be here. No, no, we really don't.
no,
Trust me.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no.
man.
I do not wish we could be there.
Do
No,
your
and it's
followers know
sad.
about that IG account?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So
It is so comical to me. Like, if I need a good laugh, sometimes it'll just hit me one day and
yep.
I will be rolling.
Oh, no, I
It's so good.
laughed my butt off. Yeah, it is. It's hilarious. For those that of you that don't know about it, it's called The Daily Grover on Instagram, and it is a fantabulous, follow if you would like to follow them because it's an anonymous person from our cult who
And from
started
our
this
age group, I
from
feel
our
like.
age. Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, from our age group. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But, it is just memes and hilariousness of, like, very sarcastic about how we had to grow up and grew up, and then there's still people there, and we may or may not have an insider feeding us videos
The
from
videos
current
kill
meetings.
me.
I
They kill me,
Oh,
and the
it makes me
comb
wanna throw up in
overs,
my mouth.
like, the comb overs of if that anyway, I'm not gonna just
Like, I
down
wonder if
people,
that's
but,
a new
like,
rule, the comb over thing. That might be, like, since we left, that might be a new, like, requirement because it was the comb over seemed pretty strong on, the last couple I've seen. Do you know
so
what's
strong.
weird though? They're so strong, so strong in all the wrong ways. Do you know what's crazy? Is seeing the people that were little kids
Oh,
when we
no.
were still in, and they're
I
leading
still
the
don't
singing
believe that
now.
one guy that did
I
have the comb over was from our sector meeting hall,
Yes, yes.
and I am like, "Who are you, and why did you grow up to be like this?"
I know, it
It's
makes me
very
so
sad.
sad. It makes me really sad. And you
And
know
his
what, as much
parents
as
were nice. I mean,
I
like, that's what's
know.
sad is, like, that it's just so twisted in your mind that you don't and I feel like there are people that aren't confident enough to just go out on their own,
Oh,
like,
no.
they need
They're
to follow.
dependent.
There's a lot of
Yep.
followers in these kinda cults, and the ones that are strong-willed either get knocked so far down that they have no strong will anymore,
Mhm.
um, but it is sad to see, but it is comical too. I
Ugh.
get more comedy out of it than anything because
Oh, me too. Me
I
too.
just it's
Well, and
unbelievable.
you have to
Yeah.
laugh at it because and, like, I was talking to mom the other day actually about it, and, because I was when Nicole was in town, I did my stand-up bit for them, in
Oh,
person because Nicole happened to be at mom's. So but then I was talking to mom about it, and it's like, it's just like when we used to do skits, and which you didn't do the skits so much because you weren't as much into it as, like, mom and I were, but we would
yeah.
get in trouble, like, we would do the
No, I
skits,
remember being
and
a
it
part
was
of it, yeah.
so hilarious,
That was
but
so
we were
fun.
making comedy is making fun of
Ourselves.
our life
Yeah,
experience. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like dated everything,
and they
and
did not appreciate that at all.
oh, and Wayman would get like, we
Oh,
would think we had nailed it, but deep within, we knew we were kinda pushing it, and then
because we
sure
did it
enough
about a camp when people would stand up and, like, be
oh,
way too long and just
oh,
going
oh,
on and on.
oh,
Oh, man.
oh, oh. Well, that clip of that video I showed you where, the guy at the Current at the Grove, Mesquite Grove right now, did I show you that one where he talked about, the burden heavy on his heart about people complaining about the length of meetings? If
Is
I
this
didn't,
James
I'm sending it
Woodall?
to you.
Is it
Yeah.
James Woodall?
Yeah.
He is so sad,
Isn't it so
and he
sad?
so and I'm just like, "Go get yourself." This is what I posted on that IG. He's talking about, like, how hungry they are because these
Oh,
meetings,
yeah.
church service, whatever you wanna call it, we call it
Push
a meeting,
through.
were so long that he felt faint and, like,
Mhm.
agitated. That means, like, your body is telling you something, and all
But
I
don't
wrote
listen to your
was,
body.
"Run and go get a Chipotle burrito and
Right.
never look back, and never
Mm-mm.
come back."
No.
But I don't think he probably took
But
my
when you're
advice.
wearing that long skirt, it's hard to run to Chipotle.
Oh,
You'll trip and fall. You'll just trip right over those pleats.
especially if it's denim because it's so
It's
heavy,
so
that fabric.
heavy. And at
I
the
was
bottom, when it's fuller, whoo, that weight just settles right in
so
there.
I was getting ready for family pictures this last Sunday.
Mm.
Yesterday, that is. Yeah, it's been a long day.
Mhm.
Um, and I have this like mini jean skirt, and
Mm.
I considered it for a second, and then I like couldn't wear it. And I literally just have issues with certain things because it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
nah, I just always wear pants. I wear a lot of pants, and I'm not like I'll wear dresses. I have dresses.
yeah.
But it's funny how you're like never going back
I
to them.
know, I know. Well, and I'm noticing lately I need to do a Target run because I don't really get
Oh,
out much, but denim is kind of I've noticed some denim skirts sneaking back in, and same thing, I have, like, this mini denim skirt, like, mini, like, butt hanging out, and I don't think it would even fit me now, but it's one of those that I just held on to because it's super sexy and cute, and I'm like, "Hmm,
I
I
go to
can bring denim
Mexico.
back." Yeah. And, but it's still hard to wear,
Yeah.
even though it's not like it would be allowed in our cult,
No,
but
it wouldn't.
even just the denim of it, I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
So, it's, yeah, it's definitely oh, yeah, lots of triggers, lots of fun triggers, but yeah, but those videos so that account, that IG account is fabulous follow
It
for
is
anyone
a
that's
fabulous, and I feel like people that don't completely understand where we're coming from or the cult would still find it humorous in some ways.
oh,
Like, I
100%.
mean, just the videos itself, like we do know some of these people. Some of them I don't know, but the majority I do. But it's just like stepping back a couple centuries.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
that is
my
what you feel
gosh.
like. And then you
Mhm.
just like remembering all the phrases and all the things that people say. And it's just like, oh my goodness.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's very and it's just like when you watch the videos, it's amazing, like they're still doing this. And it's like, "Oh my gosh, like I cannot believe" but I remember
Could you
listening
imagine
to this
my
crap.
children sitting
No,
in one of those?
heck no. No. No, no, no,
Lulu
no,
would
no.
be like, "No,
Nope. No.
bye."
Yeah.
Mm.
None of
Our
my
kids
children.
would
No.
not last at all.
Mm-mm. Never.
They would all be on the road to
They
bad
would have
places.
us could you imagine if we would have continued there? We always talk about, like, how deep our file cabinet drawer was, the Bowen one at
Oh,
Wayman's
yeah.
house, our file cabinet drawer was a deep one, and probably right next to the mottos over there, and, we if we would have stayed in and raised our children in it,
Oh,
that drawer,
forget
my
it.
kids would have remember what's that movie, Evan Almighty, is that the one where it's, like, comical, but he's God, and the file cabinet drawer just, like, pushes him out of this giant building because it
I've
just
never
shoots
seen
out?
it, so I
Oh,
can't really relate,
that's
but
always what visual I get because it's,
okay.
like, this long file cabinet drawer of all of our sins and everything we
And
did
Wayman's
so
still
wrong.
alive, so I mean,
I
like, he could
know.
just take it
I know.
back, he could
Yeah.
really go back. Oh,
Uh-huh.
their children are sinning because these are their
I
parents.
know.
You
Yeah.
We got to
Oh my
wear
gosh.
shiny nail polish once when we were
Yeah, and
teenagers.
your three-year-old daughter told me not to. I'm so glad you were raising her properly. I'll
Oh,
never
well, some of
and those
those
are the
are
things
still
that
in
just
there.
ugh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Those are just the things that stand out too as such ridiculousness. Like, I can't even imagine if a three-year-old came up to me right now and said, it looks like you have I mean, literally the lightest pink you could even get that's not clear, nail polish on your toes, and that's not acceptable. I would probably, like, throw them down the hill, like, because that's just any three-year-old that wants to
Yeah,
talk to me like that, that's not acceptable,
that's just
and
disrespectful.
and they've been trained to be that way.
That's
That's the
sad.
thing.
I can't
That's the thing.
imagine. to be that. But I did have a 7-year-old on Friday night. It was at a Girl Scouts thing, an overnight thing. Don't even get me started on that.
Oh,
But
Carrie.
she looked at my nails and looked at her mom and was like, "You need to get your nails done."
Do
And
they
her
look
mom's
crappy?
like, "Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they're
So
pretty bad."
understandable, but
But the other way around. And I was like, "Dang, girl, I do need to get my nails done. Don't look at my toes. Don't." So
oh my
those are the
gosh.
people I want to hang out with. Keeping
Yeah.
it real. Keep
Right.
up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
let's not
Oh
get
yeah.
lazy on appearance.
Yeah. Well,
7-year-old just
you're talking to me, remember? So
true. Your
I have.
nails. Let me see your nails.
Well, you actually will be very shocked. I know they're grown out though. They need to be filled. But
Oh my
yeah, I
gosh.
had gotten them done when I went to St. Louis for that cult event. And then
Good move.
I know,
Show
and
them that you're not a
and
part
I
of it anymore.
I promise I'm out. I promise I'm out.
Look
See
at
my
my
nails?
nails.
But I got the hashtag I got out. I got
Oh,
across all my nails. It was awesome.
that's
But
pretty cool.
it was very cool. But then I did a job with Dwayne right when I got home, and it was a
Oh, you
rock
told me
job, and we were
that.
moving rocks, and it
Yes.
smashed my finger, so I had to go get them redone, and so she layered it, and it's like, it's time to get them filled, but it's gonna hurt, but I don't know. So anyway,
Oh,
that's
they
why
do
they're
look
still
very
kinda done. It is pretty
fabulous.
amazing.
You look like a professional podcaster.
I am.
Totally.
That's what I'm doing.
Do we have any followers yet?
There's between 1 and 3 keep popping on and off.
Oh.
And this is the first time, so the only time I've streamed live from here, was with someone else, and she was running the show. So, like, I can't oh, shoot. I can't I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at is the thing. So, I don't know
Okay.
if someone is commenting. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I don't know. So, if someone is commenting, I can't see it, so I'm sorry, but I think I would be able to see it if they were. Let me just respond real quick to this text that Dakota does not need to get picked up today because he chose not to go to school again.
Oh, what's going on with that? Oh,
That's a
homeschool?
whole episode. Whole
I
episode.
was doing so good.
I know. I know. You know how it is. You just don't want to go to school, so why would you? Like, school's stupid. So anyway,
Oh my gosh, Shannon.
yeah, so that's fun.
Did he just turn 14?
Are you
15,
joking me?
13.
16.
Shannon.
Yes, Carrie, he's 16. He's driving like he did his driving test and now he's starting. Yeah,
I am the worst Tia ever.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
He just
16.
turned 16.
16. Mm-hmm.
2 more years you have him?
Well, I'm anticipating a lot more than that, but
I think most
technically,
parents are, yeah.
yeah, this
Oh my
generation, they're just
gosh.
moving on in.
Yes, I see that a lot right now.
Yeah, it's super cool. But yeah, no, he's great, but not at school today.
I'm gonna message
Okay.
him.
Yes, you need to text him daily. That would be a great idea.
Yes, I would.
He needs some encouragement.
Okay. Okay, moving on. What are we gonna discuss today?
Oh, my friend messaged me to see if we could see it, and we can see it. Sending a
Oh.
test to see if you can see it. Thank you, Michelle. We can see it. Michelle is watching from
Michelle,
Facebook. Thanks,
you are the
Michelle.
best.
Mhm.
Thank you, Michelle.
She's the one keeping me sane these days, as sane as I
Oh,
am.
do I know Michelle?
She's the one that owns Funbox.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
She's the best.
I
I know.
love them.
I know.
Are you still doing Funbox at all?
Yeah, we're doing it
Oh.
right now. We're at Sunrise Mall, and we're doing it when it's not raining, which has been super fun.
Oh, neat. You
Super
should
fun.
set one up in Florida.
I think there's someone in Florida already because they
Oh.
gave free passes to people and then sent them to our place to use their free passes.
Oh, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
100%. Sorry, Michelle. Oh, they are good people, though. They are
Yeah,
very
they're
good
amazing.
people.
She is amazing. Thank you, Michelle, for doing that. Now I know that I'm not doing anything wrong, which is amazing feeling because that doesn't happen very often. Yeah, she is quite amazing. So yeah, so we were talking about that IG account, which is
Yes.
fabulous. So anyone that does want a little insight, a little peek into what our life was, that's a great avenue. And I found so many other accounts too that are hilarious ones. All about like very strict religious upbringing, and
Yeah.
so they're like you were saying, even if you don't like come from our background, you might think accounts like this are funny just because it is so
I mean, it's
funny.
so far out there, really, truly. And when you see the man actually speaking, and you will not see the women speak at all, because that the women are to be quiet. Okay.
Shut your mouth
That's why Shannon and I did
and
not
your legs.
last. Can you tell? Um, yeah. So you will only see the men up there speaking, but
It's painful.
it's painful. I
It's
mean,
painful.
the amount of people we had to listen to, it is amazing that we even are as normal as we are.
Oh, no, I
Because
say that all the time. And I even have people tell me, like, how I actually think Michelle's husband is one that said, like, "How did you guys turn out so normal-ish?" And it's like, I don't know.
he's
I
so
don't
honest. Yeah,
I
it is
don't know.
so bad. And if you go on this IG account, which Shannon can post for you or
Mhm.
link it,
Oh, you know what? I think I can
when
do
you
that.
see
Let's
these
see.
videos of these men, and one of them's the leader of the group right now, um,
Following
it's it's painful. Like hours and hours and hours of listening in these like button-up shirts with
Absolutely
the
awful.
t-shirt underneath. You see the short shirts, like the short ones,
Oh.
but the t-shirts underneath too. It is so claustrophobic.
Oh, it's
But
awful.
but
It's
the
so
women will
awful.
never you'll never see them speaking because it's
No.
not allowed.
Do you know
But yeah.
Did you know that one time I don't remember if it was when you were rebellious and you and your husband at the time left our group, um, but I got in trouble one time for, sorry, I'm trying to find that account too, for we were young marrieds, right? Like, all of us people that, like, were married young were, called young people. Or what did we call ourselves? Young
No, we
marrieds,
were the
young
young
marrieds,
young marrieds,
young
but we were
marrieds.
young people for so long,
We
it
were
felt
young
like.
people for so long. I mean, that's why you got married so quickly though, right? You're like, "I need that next title. I need to
Mm.
be a young Mary.
Well,
I'm
and
tired of
this
this
is
young
why,
people."
if people that don't understand, if you were 18 single, you needed a lot of looking after.
Oh,
When you were
100%.
18 married, you had all of this abundance of like authority almost. It was weird.
Yeah, but not really because you were still under the care of your husband. So you might have had I mean, it would depend. Okay, I'm not sure if everyone can see this, but I'm sharing this is the IG account. Oh yeah, it did share it on both platforms. Yay.
Well, I
That's
feel
the
like there
IG
were
account.
girls that couldn't spend the night at our house because we were a little more worldly, that
Oh,
when after I
100%.
got married, then they could come stay at my house.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah,
like
that is
that,
true.
like, I
Yeah, that
felt like
is
you
weird.
got more, like, abilities to do stuff.
Yes. Yeah, that is true. Okay, but the story, and then remind me about, I wanna talk about the story about you and Amy and I right before I got married. Um,
Don't
and
remember.
I might have to refresh your memory about it.
Mhm.
But anyway, one time as young married, Dwayne and I helped, I'm sure it was me, not Dwayne, helped put on we weren't allowed to celebrate any holidays, and every single holiday that ever existed, we would have to do our own meeting thing
Turkey
so that
Day.
no one shut up. So that no so that
Turkey
no one
Day.
would be tempted by the world to
Right.
celebrate any such holiday. And you couldn't be at home, like, Halloween is what I'm thinking of currently. You couldn't be
But
at
do
home at
you
Halloween.
love I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you
No,
love at
please.
Halloween that we would dress up for our Halloween?
No,
No.
no, we
Okay,
wouldn't.
sorry.
No,
I forget.
that's the difference.
Okay,
We
okay.
were not that was the
That was
funniest
New
thing.
Year's. New
New
Year's.
Year's, we were allowed to dress
New
up.
Year's, we could dress up.
Halloween, you're putting that long denim right
Chili
back on.
cook-off. Chili cook-off.
Chili cook-off, we dressed up.
No, chili cook-off for Halloween.
Chili cook-off for Halloween. Yes. Oh, gross. Yes, you're right. No candy, no chocolate for me, no thank you.
Hot Fridays. I do love
Oh,
me some hot Fridays now.
oh, yeah. Oh, gross, but think about the people that cooked them. Okay,
Yeah.
so but anyway, I got in trouble at one of our Halloween non-Halloween parties because I took the microphone to say something, not thinking, because it's me and I'm fun and exciting and everyone wants to listen to me.
Up
I
on the
took
stage in Loomis Grange?
I wasn't even on the stage. We were
Ah,
doing a piñata in the middle of that room. Yes, it was Loomis Grange. And people were going to get freaking smacked in the face by the baseball bat. So I grabbed the mic to just encourage everyone to take a step back, unless you wanted to end up in an emergency room on Halloween night where you may have to associate with others in costumes. So I was trying to be helpful. And here we go. Nope. Nope. I got shut down. Mark Zelder came and talked to Dwayne about
I
me
thought he was
being,
nice, but now that I think about it, I don't like him.
you know what? It's sad.
It's
He
sad.
he was a nice guy, like there was so many people that were nice. And, I talked about this just recently in another podcast that I recorded, but there's other people too that I think about from our group, like Stan being one of them. We looked up to him. He was like different than everyone else. He would surf and you just thought he was different. And now you look at where he's at and it's just like it breaks my heart because it's like I know his beliefs were not this way back then.
I
Yeah, of course
know,
your
I
beliefs
don't
can
get
change,
that.
but
Well, Nancy follows me, his wife, on Instagram, and she's so encouraging, and I think, why? Like, isn't my life
be-
super worldly?
I
And
think
I'm
that
like,
with that situation, she thinks because you left before the big split, you're still accessible. Like there's a chance they might save you still. I don't know. I mean, you do live in Florida now, so she might give up. I don't know because they don't have a sect in Florida, I don't think. But I think she just thinks that there's a chance.
there's a hope.
She's gonna reel you right back in. You've had enough freedom. You're ready to go back. And
that's the thing. They think
oh,
people are sad. My
I
husband
know.
would die. He would
Oh,
literally
yeah. Which, by the
die.
way, not the same husband as you were with in the clip.
No, this is the second. Number
1
2.
second. You want to come say hi to Tia?
Hi, how are you? I miss you.
Oh, sorry. She can't hear you. She's saying hi.
Oh.
She misses you. She loves you. Oh, did you have a good day?
Yeah. Later, can I talk to you about something?
Absolutely. I'm going to talk with Tia longer and then
Okay.
I'll be in. Okay.
Charlie's not feeling good. Do I stay out of her room or like?
Yeah, she's fine.
I
But
have homework, but I did it in class. But I'll let you check it.
perfect. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be in a bit.
Okay.
Love you.
you.
Tia says love you.
Love you too, Tia. Love you.
But anyway, so
She's
but I
so
wanted
responsible.
there are moments, she's definitely the most responsible of the children in my household. But yeah. Okay, but I wanted to talk about this. I feel like I refer to this situation a lot, but I don't know that we've talked it through. But every time I think about it, it makes me laugh and it makes me be like, are you was that real? But it was.
It was.
But it was. So just for a little background for people that don't know, but I feel like most listeners will know. We were not allowed to live with our soon-to-be spouse at all until married night, and then boom, you're married.
There you go.
There you go. That's how it works. It's a best way to do it.
And if you want to talk about the first night, you get to have one meeting with a pastor that's like older than dirt.
Not
and
a pastor.
His wife,
leader, not a pastor, honey.
Leader.
We weren't allowed to call him pastor.
Cult. We didn't call them pastors.
Yeah.
Over eggs and sausage. And they gave you like a pamphlet. Cool. Shannon, do you remember that? so awkward.
No. So this is what happened, Carrie. Okay. We got in so much trouble. We didn't do it with Wayman because we asked Ryan to speak at our wedding. And we got in so much trouble for that.
Yes.
But so we got away from that. We just went and had dinner with them and we were fine.
Yeah.
But Bree, I remember her telling me the story of meeting with Wayman. And I mean, like awful. Like the recommendation of Vaseline was included in the
No way.
Could you imagine that coming from his face? Like I would throw up.
Oh my gosh, that's so gross.
It's so gross. So gross.
Oh man, we need
Yeah.
pictures. I feel like our audience need pictures of this.
Yeah. Well,
Of
I've
like
got
these
lots of
people so
pictures.
that they could see like
Oh
these
my
are the
gosh,
people
how
we're
nasty
talking
they
to,
are.
like so they could get an idea of what we had to deal with.
Mhm. And
Um,
you know what's interesting about that too, and the more and more I do cult things and research, most cult leaders are disgusting.
disgusting.
Disgusting. Like, think
Disgusting.
about the people Robert Wayman, like, ew,
Ew.
ew, what is so powerful and amazing about you?
Danny
Nothing.
Shotvet. I mean, we could go on about him. If we want to put some feelers out there, I will tell some stories about that. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Just
yeah.
gross.
Oh,
People
no,
that
no.
are not like my husband would put someone in the ground if
Oh, I
they
know.
talked about our daughters the way
Oh,
we were talked about.
oh, 100%.
It's not the
100%.
norm at all.
It is not the norm. And that's the thing, like, when we talk about like, we're obviously not being real specific here, but everything for women was like women were sexualized and yet like in the opposite way maybe, where it was talked about so much in kind of the purity culture type thing, but we would never call it that because we never use church words. But the we were so I mean, I'll speak for myself, so self-conscious of my body, of my looks, I mean, of so many things that I should have never been worried about at 10 years old because of how
Yes.
men would talk about our bodies and what we were wearing and that it was too snug or turned them on or whatever. Like,
Well, we
absolutely
were the
disgusting.
reason that they were having these thoughts.
Oh,
If we were
100%.
looking somewhere, somewhere.
Yeah.
But then when they would have the talk about what's important in a marriage, anything
Give
about
it.
sex for a woman
Yep.
is on the very last page.
Yep.
Like it was just not important for a
No,
woman.
no.
And so
Which
that's what
is
you're
very
taught
typical. Yep.
is basically the men are to be
Satisfied.
taken care of.
Mhm.
And if you're making other men sin, even at 12, 13, you need
Mhm.
to work on yourself.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And that's a lot to put on, like, again, I think about my girls' ages now,
oh my
and I'm like, I
gosh.
can't imagine putting that on them right now. Like, hello, childhood
No.
and growing up is hard enough without all of that extra stuff,
Yeah.
but, oh, that would just be terrible.
No, I
Absolutely
agree.
terrible.
It does make me so thankful that my kids are
Oh,
like, I
I've
mean, we're as normal as can be, I would think now,
yeah.
but like we just don't
Oh,
are they just gonna go to Girl Scouts and go to
yeah.
gymnastics and go to school
I
and
know.
dance and
All the things
sing
we
and do
didn't get to
whatever.
do.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh, seriously. It is very sad. I'm very glad that we daily so thankful that I'm not raising my kids that way
Mm.
because, like, it's hard enough just to, like, for
Raise
my
kids.
family right, to get up and I go to school not looking I try not to use the word, like, homeless too often, but, like, to go to school like, we're trying to get away from that look, like,
Yeah, right.
"Okay, we can do the sweats today with the Crocs, but let's put on a normalist shirt," let's just mix it up a little bit to
Do you
where we're not
remember when
completely falling
Presley
apart.
went through the like long sleeve
Oh,
dresses and pants look?
yes, that was
I had a
cute.
hard time with that because I was
Mhm.
like, that was our childhood.
Yeah.
And this is what she chooses to wear. And what are you going to do? No, it's not worth the
I'm
argument.
glad she's past that.
Oh my
Oh
goodness
my
gracious. I was
gosh.
worried moving to Florida. Like,
I
she's going to move to Florida and wear long sleeves and long sleeve pants. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. Oh, I do have a question for people that are watching this replay or
Yes.
if you're live. But when we were younger, my sister here and I, Carrie, everyone thought we were twins. So what do you guys think? Do you think we look like twins? Obviously,
And
we've got the
who do you
blonde.
think is older and who do you
Oh
think is
yeah.
younger? That
Yeah.
was always like such a big deal to us growing up.
Yeah, it was. It's
But in
more of a
high
big deal
school,
now.
we did go to school on Twins Day dressed as
We
twins, and
did.
everybody thought it was so cool.
Uh-huh.
We actually got along okay in high school.
Yeah, it
I
got better in
mean,
high school. We hated each other as kids.
oh
We
yeah,
f we
I think
fought.
just in the last couple of years since we've adopted and we have like all
Yeah.
this other stuff in common, and then we're just so real with each other now, like,
Yeah.
hello,
Right.
it's hard not to love each other now.
Right. Right.
But no, we were not good
As
friends then.
kids, we did not like each other at all. Not at all. But yeah, okay, well, I wanna talk real quick about
Okay, yes.
So we're not allowed
I
to
said
live.
we
You live
get
with.
so interrupted because it's so much.
I do this all the time with every episode
Okay.
because I'm so ADHD. I'm like, I feel
Yeah,
bad
no.
for my listeners, but I don't know.
But they
Maybe
love
it's why I
you.
don't. I don't know. But okay, so we weren't allowed to live with our spouse. You lived with your parents until the night you were married. But my
Oh,
husband
sorry,
to
I
be.
interrupted that with the first night. Okay.
Oh yeah, but thank you for that. That was very good to
Mhm.
clarify that and
The
know how much
Vaseline.
information
I'm
we were
glad
getting.
we got that out through this.
I mean,
Okay.
I've been.
Okay, continue. Let's
You know
not
what?
get
Do I
started.
need to add that to my comedy set? I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dwayne definitely is not gonna come.
He is never coming. Oh my gosh, you guys were saved. We were like the last ones getting married, so we had to use Wayman.
Oh,
And that's why I got to wear that dress that I wore for my wedding because he
yes.
let it slide.
That's amazing.
It was super low cut. Super. I mean, it was hidden. Everything was hidden, but it
Yeah.
was through
But like the cutout.
lace. Okay,
But
continue on.
But hold on. But you had to have him too because of we ruined
You
the having
ruined
someone
my
else.
life. Yeah.
we had
We
someone
had to go
else-
to breakfast and talk about,
Mm.
over sausage and eggs. Oh, and ride in their van. We had to get in the
Oh,
van.
no, you rode
They
with them?
picked
Oh,
us
because you had to have a
up.
chaperone. Yeah,
Of course.
of course. Oh my
You
gosh.
wouldn't want that Vaseline happening
Oh
by
my
before the
gosh.
wedding night. Oh my god.
You gotta have time to purchase a big tub of that stuff.
If you don't gain more followers off this podcast.
No.
Oh man. Okay, continue.
Wait, real quick. RG, someone says, Cynthia says, RG went to my parents' house because I wore a tank top under a blouse and did not have the blouse completely buttoned up while on a trip to Texas or Mississippi.
Is
True.
that Cynthia
Powers.
White? Who?
No, Powers.
Oh, good.
Who's her husband's name? You would know her if you saw her.
I know who she is.
She was from Tulare, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they live in like New Mexico or somewhere. But that's how ridiculous it was. Literally.
If
like
you
the
had bigger
tiniest thing.
tatas going on, you would get talked. Poor our cousins. Every
I know.
single Sunday they get talked to.
Right. We didn't have problems with that aspect of things.
No, we did not.
But everything else.
But everything else.
Oh my gosh. Oh
yeah,
my
women
gosh.
did not have a chance. I'm so sorry,
No.
Cynthia.
No, it's terrible.
Just awful.
And that's just so common. That's the vein through all of the women that got to deal with this.
Yeah.
Okay. So my husband to be got an apartment that we were going to live in after we got married, like 2 weeks before we got married. So I want to say it was like the weekend before we got married, maybe, or a week before. You and Amy and I stayed the night there. Do you remember this?
I love that little place. I don't.
So you were not married. Amy, of course, wasn't married. And the two of you, and I wasn't yet then either.
Right.
So it was amazing that we even got away with this.
Yeah.
Like amazing. And obviously with the plans that we had, there's a reason they kept such a like really tight hold on this thing not happening. But we stayed the night there. Are you having any vague recollection of this at all?
My therapist says I have issues with like memory.
Yeah, well, that's how it works. Childhood trauma, it blocks and blocks. But this was actually a fun thing.
Well, I want to. It might bring it back.
Yeah, it might. But anyhow, so the three of us were going to stay the night at the apartment all by ourselves, and we were like trying to figure out what to do. And we're like, this is just for everyone listening. This is truly like the first time without like actual chaperones or adults. And we are 18, 19. So we're, considered adults in the real world. But we're like, this is the first time we've been alone. So we're hanging out at the apartment. We're trying to figure out what to do. We had brought like facial stuff and we did, that whole thing. And then we're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So we decided to go ice skating down at the ice skating rink, which is probably are you remembering this at all?
Yeah.
Probably about 20 minutes from where the apartment was. And just let's just rewind a little bit. We loved to ice skate as a cult. Like it is fun to do things in a group with all these like-minded people. It was it
There
was
is nothing like ice on a denim skirt when
and you
you
know
fall
what's cool
down.
about the denim? Like you fall, it gets a
Ah,
little wet. You know what? That denim, it's not quick dry. It is going to be
it'll
there with
weigh
you.
you.
I mean, it's gonna be there until you get back to the leader's house for casserole afternoon. Like it is not going anywhere. So you better bring a change of clothes to ice skating day.
Oh,
That's all I'm
because you're
gonna
not
say.
wearing pants under those.
No, you know what? No, I remember wearing pants under our denim skirt at the ice skating rink because it was
Okay.
freezing.
It was freezing.
Not let me clarify pants. It's not like we were wearing jeans or
Right,
cute
right.
pants. It was
Snow
probably sweats
pants.
or snow pants maybe under our skirts, like our skiing gear, you know? So
Okay,
that's
the
so this is
story.
that would be our typical ice skating experience. Everyone's staring at you. No other person that came to ice skating that day is enjoying themselves because they're just looking at this, herd of skirts, woo, going around. And for me, just laying there because I couldn't skate. But like,
Well,
poor everyone else.
how could you skate when you have this much, sorry, my camera, this much room to
I'm
move
not
your legs
sure.
in a long skirt? So it's awful.
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 That's probably what I should blame all my lack of athletic ability on is the skirt. I think I would have soared
I
athletically
don't know.
without the skirt.
Just don't
Thought you were gonna maybe back me with that one.
know. That's you were never athletically inclined, but I don't think the skirt helped at all.
No,
Like
no, I mean,
I was very into sports.
you
Oh, I
were.
loved sports.
Yeah,
But when
you
you're
looked good out
going into
there on
that
that volleyball
volleyball for
court.
that
Oh,
spike and you couldn't make it because your skirt was keeping you
got a little
and your
tangled around
tennis
the
shoes,
ankles. But you know
oh,
what?
it was
Can
a
I just
disappointment.
clarify though, how much more modest it was for you to be diving for a volleyball in a denim skirt versus a pair of loose pants. I'm just saying, right? That skirt is going to hit your neck and, you're showing everyone everything. But
Yeah.
that loose pair of pants going to hell. Going to hell.
Well, I always like the motorcycles you could do if you wore a skirt
Yeah.
or the horse
Oh,
riding or any of
yeah.
that stuff. But it was like, really, when you're getting off the motorcycle, that's really like you're not showing everyone your hoo-ha.
Yeah, no, everyone's seeing everything. It
It's
is
just none
not
of it made
the
sense.
modesty thing just like was
As
so
it was
confusing.
controlled. It was
Oh,
just
well,
a matter
100%. It
of
was an
control.
excuse.
It
Yeah.
was.
Oh, no.
Because if
100%.
you're that gross that you can't handle a 12-year-old or 11-year-old in a split in their skirt,
Yeah.
then you need to go get yourself some
Oh
help.
my gosh.
And I feel like there's a lot of sick people in these cults that are
Oh, yeah.
literally mentally unwell.
Mhm. Oh,
So anyway.
100%. I mean, a
Okay,
majority of
so
people.
tell about we going to the ice
Okay.
skating rink.
So anyway, that's just a little recap of like what
I
normally
hope
the ice
Amy's
skating
watching
rink.
this. I'm gonna message
Well,
her.
she's gonna have to. We'll send it to her. Well, normally that's what happened at the ice skating rink. You're with your herd of friends and you're like, and the swishing is not the ice, it's your skirt. And
Yeah.
so anyway, that's the norm. So we decided to go, the three of us, ice skating. So we go down there in our wind pants. We went in our wind pants. You guys have no idea
We were
how
so
rebellious
excited.
this is.
Oh,
Like
very rebellious.
crazy. And I honestly still remember the nerves of it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
freaking out. Like, I cannot believe we're gonna try this. So we go down to the ice skating rink. We go purchase our little skates. We go and sit on the bench thing that's outside of the ice skating rink to put them on. Get our skates on. We're tightening them all up and everything. And I'm probably already thinking, oh, I'm gonna die because I can't skate.
Was
But whatever. We're gonna have a great time.
Cabreras?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
So you
yeah, I remembered.
remember.
Yes.
So we're walking. There's clear door, like windows in the door. We're getting ready to walk into the rink on our ice
We've
skates.
already paid. Everything
We've
is
already
done.
paid. You remember, we literally see this family from our cult in their skirts, all their glory, having a fabulous time of fellowship. And here we're about to step through these doors with pants on. Oh my gosh, I'm not exaggerating this at all. We dropped to the floor, crawled to the counter, took our shoes off or our skates while we're sitting there on the floor, put them up. We paid for it, you guys. We paid for them and left. And I just will never forget that moment because that's how screwed up it was. Like,
So
this
crazy.
family is going to see us in pants. We got to run and we got to run fast.
And we did run
And
fast because we were very young.
we did. And then
And we were in wind pants.
and we were wind pants. So then after that, this isn't the end of it. We were like, oh, barely escaped hell just then, like in the moment.
You would have not been able to get married. I'm sure of it.
Probably not, honestly. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that aspect, but I wouldn't have.
Mm.
That would have put a hitch in the plans.
You were already kind
Wow.
of old getting married for.
I
you
was
know.
19. I know. I
Oh,
mean, only a month, March, April, May, 2 months over 19.
doesn't matter.
But yeah, that was kind of geriatric. So but then we like literally were dying, got in our car, like, oh my God, we did it. And then left and we still wanted to do something fun. So we went to that
Sure.
movie theater off of Eureka in Roseville.
These poor kids.
I
just feel so bad for us.
I do too.
We were so sweet.
And here is a
good.
human, a person who's gonna get married in a week.
Oh my God.
Like, that's how adult we were. I mean, it's so stupid. But we got to that movie theater and we sat in the parking lot and we never went in. We considered it, but we were still in our wind pants, of course.
I
and-
probably was like, well, let's go. Because I
Yeah.
was a rebel.
Oh no, I'm sure it was me that held us back because I was always the like, oh,
Goody
no.
two-shoes.
And I'm sure I probably thought Dwayne would have he would have been the one that canceled the wedding, maybe,
Yeah.
because oh my Lord.
How could I marry
So
this woman?
yeah,
Isn't
right.
he so lucky now, though?
He is
Mm.
very lucky. Very lucky.
And the fact that you guys are still married is a miracle in itself. So
it
cheers
really
to
is.
that.
Cheers to that. So anyway, that's just a fun story because I just laughed so hard. And then we went home and I think we watched a movie at the apartment.
That was probably a wise choice.
Actually, no, we didn't because we
You
didn't
didn't
have a
have
TV
anything.
there.
We were probably so bored. I think we got Taco Bell or something. I feel like we probably just went to the fast food and
We just cried ourselves to sleep.
oh my gosh, we are this. That's so sad.
Isn't it? And that's where it really is amazing that we turned out kind of normal because like so screwed up,
But with the mottos and our family, we did enough normal stuff as a
Yeah,
family that I
we're
feel like that
rebellious.
saved us.
Oh,
Like
I
some
agree.
of the other people that couldn't stay the night at our house, they had
Yeah.
a very different situation.
Mhm.
And so they weren't, it probably if they had spent a few more nights at our house, they might have been a tad bit more normal.
It's
But
true.
some people struggled a little bit more with the normalcy afterwards.
Well, and do you even remember we had a swimming pool growing up and I have 2 sisters, so we have no boys in our family. So at home, we were allowed to wear bathing suits when we would go swimming and our family was a lot more lax with a lot of things than most in our group.
That's why I
And
got in trouble all the time.
that's why we're in trouble all the time. Yeah. Which now is like a badge of honor. Like, yes.
Yes.
But do you remember when we would go to other people's houses, if there was a swimming pool or if people came over, most of our friends besides Amy would wear shirts and culottes over their bathing suits. Like
And
that's
explain
how
culottes, just in case your followers don't know what a culotte is. It's not just because in some Hispanic countries, I've lived in Ecuador, sometimes they'll wear a tank top and shorts over their swimsuit because they're just a little more conservative.
Right.
And so that is
It's not
very
that.
different than
No.
a full on
Mhm.
parachute of a t-shirt and culottes, which are 2 parachutes of themselves.
They are. It's basically if you can imagine our big swishing roomy denim skirts that we're ice skating in, it's basically one of those for each leg. So that you just have some good movement when you're swimming. You just want to really get out there but you know
I'm
what? We
surprised-
were probably
No,
how did we not
I
die?
am surprised no one drowned.
And
at the
especially
lake
when
and
we would
stuff,
swim in the lake.
jean denim is
Denim.
very heavy.
Right.
It is not okay to swim with it.
And we could
on.
not get away with wearing rayon fabrics in the water because they clung to our bodies when we get out. So it was denim in the water. Denim. And yeah, maybe we are missing a few that drowned and we just forgot about them or something. I don't know because we did a lot of lake swimming, camp out.
A lot of lakes
lot of lake swimming.
off the rocks,
Oh,
and then it's Well, good
And
luck.
people, just to clarify, it's not like we were swimming with the men folk in our cult. No. This is just the women. We're still not doing mixed bathing. Heavens, no. Sorry, I should have clarified that when we started. It's just the women,
Oh,
just the
just the
women.
women.
And you're gonna throw on that daddy's t-shirt and those big old culottes and jump on in the lake. But that's
But
cool.
this is like, let's
Freedom at
hide
die.
the woman's body. No one
Yeah,
knows that a woman has a
no,
body. No one knows about it. And it was
no.
just so
I like
odd. Like,
above the ankles. I mean, you'd think about it. These men and boys probably were pretty confused. Like, okay, it's ankles, and then it's like, well, I know my legs go the rest of the way up, but I really don't know about women. Like, maybe it goes to their knees. And
well, and how unfair when we would go out and do family sports like
oh,
baseball, and the
sports.
guys could wear jeans.
Right.
So they could run fast, but you put
I
us
bet it
in a
was a little
skirt.
chafy. Little bit of crotch sweat while you're playing baseball in your jeans.
You,
A little
you know who you need to
little
have on?
chafy.
You need to have Steve on this podcast.
I
He
do.
would be hilarious. I
I do.
bet he had so many comments about playing baseball in jeans. Steve is Shannon's husband's brother. And him and I were like best friends growing up. And he was
Mhm.
super sarcastic and funny.
And he still is.
And yeah, he still is. So you
Yeah.
gotta have him
No,
on
that's a good
sometime.
idea, though. That's a good
Maybe
idea to
we
have
can
him
have
on.
on our sister podcast days, have someone join in, like an Amy
Oh, 100%.
or a Steve,
100%.
that
Yes.
would just bring
And
a
I
little
mean, I can have
extra.
up to 10 people in this room. So we can have some parties here.
Maybe the person on the IG Grover account will
Wants to
just have a
join.
mask on or something
Oh
and
my.
join in.
And could do a voice changer thing. Oh my.
Yeah.
Carrie, this is
You
my
use like the mafia voice thing. So
This
you
is
can't
your
be found
great
out.
this is your father. Wait, what's
Wait,
that?
I
That's
want
like
to know.
Skywalker.
There's things I want to know too, like how many are left out of our,
Right.
like how many are? I don't
Right.
know because I've,
Yeah. I mean,
been a
there's
while, but
I think really honestly, there's Texas is our biggest group left. And I think there's a sprinkling in Oklahoma, like literally 5 people. So I mean, I honestly think what, maybe 100 total? Maybe?
really,
I
that's
think
it?
so. Well, I guess San Luis has some still. The Atascadero
Sorry.
area, they still have some.
They
But I mean,
do. Oh, but like a
it's small
sprinkling
enough
too.
to where how it's small enough to where maybe within 5 years, if it stays this way, you're for sure marrying your cousin, your first cousin. Like there's
I
no
was
there's
just gonna ask,
no way.
who are
There's
they
no
gonna
way.
marry? Because if you
No.
marry outside, it is frowned
It's
upon.
rough. Well, not only
Unless
is it frowned
they,
upon,
kind of in a sense like quarantine that person and make sure that person is like
oh, I need to have
ready for
Jessica on. She could talk all about joining.
I was always like, are you sure, Jessica? Are you sure you're a nice girl?
I know. Oh, that was the worst when young people got roped in and then they're like
Her and
stuck.
Wayman were like this for a
I
while.
know. It's so sad. And there's a lot of people that burned her big time. Big time. And so many others, and that's the stuff you don't know about. You know all the dirty little details about every single person, like if they were, collecting firewood in their sweats, but you don't know about the real shit that really
Yeah,
is so
went
traumatic
down.
and so damaging and ridiculous that it's too bad. It's really sad.
Well, we can bring it to light, no problem.
Here we go.
Those
Wonder how
loud Bowen girls.
wonder how quickly this will get shut down. That's the cool thing with a podcast. It's really hard for people to shut us down. We get to just talk about anything. That's why I'm doing it, because on social media, you just get shut down. But on the podcast, no, people can talk about anything.
If you want to
And
talk about us when we're 11 or 12, we can talk about you when we're in our 40s.
100, that's just some wisdom you just dropped on us. Because that, Right? You want to check out my ass when I was 11 and my culottes?
No, not ass. Leg, like bottom calf leg.
Well, yeah, that too. But you really had to watch the ass because
Yeah,
those men were obsessed with that.
they
And
were.
I remember, I won't say the name of this person because he is more my age, but getting pointed out. I was wearing culottes that mom made for us, of course. And they were like one of my cuter pairs, honestly. Like, maybe
My
I was
ass
pushing
did
the
look good in them.
boundaries. Like my ass looked pretty good in those culottes. Let's not sugarcoat it. But
That's how you got to Wayne.
that's how I got to Wayne. It was the red culottes.
Oh, they
Oh,
were red
they
too.
were like a paisley print. They were really pretty.
I think I
Um,
remember those.
yeah, I
Mm.
wish I had them. I could maybe fit like my one hand in them.
Have mom make you another pair, and we can. Well, you got to
Gosh,
bring
I
pictures
should
next
make
time
my
on
own
your.
pair.
Are you crafty like that?
Well, I mean, I
No,
could try.
you are not gonna
Yeah,
make
let's do
your own.
pictures next time. Next time
You've
I
got to
will
bring
because
some.
I could show them on the screen.
Then they could
So
understand what culottes really are. You know?
absolutely, we need some visuals here. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
hard to visualize that kind of stuff.
Okay, but the red culottes. So this
Yeah.
man told me that the seam on my ass, the seam in the middle of my back of my culottes, was off centered. And I'm like, okay, I'm already super self conscious.
How old were you?
Everything I put on, probably like 13.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. And I'm like, close. Do you have to be looking to see that? Pretty
So
close.
gross. That makes me
Pretty
so
close.
mad. I just want to slap people.
Me too.
Because
I wanna
honestly,
slap 'em.
if that was my kids or your kids
Oh,
now, I would
I would
smack
lose
people.
it.
I would lose
I
it.
would
I feel
lose
like
it.
we are extremely protective of our kids
Yeah.
because of that. And honestly,
Yep.
I think it's a normal thing. This is what's sad
Yes.
about our generation of the parents before us is they got beat down so bad during the cult that it wasn't normal to protect your kids anymore.
No. Nope.
And a normal parent response is to protect your child.
Right.
And from whatever it may be, verbal or physical abuse, anything that's going to
Right.
harm your child. It's normal to that's like how Sean is with the girls. If
Right.
someone says something mean to them on the playground, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Even if they're 5.
Right.
But that's normal to protect your kids,
Yeah.
and I feel like we missed out on that just
Yeah.
because of how our parents were programmed in the cult.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think you're right. It makes us a lot more aware of it. And I know I talk about this a lot on the podcast too, but it's making that change and raising our children different and breaking that generational,
Mhm.
thing that we've lived in for all these for us 3 generations, I guess, and breaking that and being so different with my children. Like, I'm sure if my children were raised the way that I was, they would probably be like a lot more respectful and maybe really nice and maybe more organized.
Maybe not talk
But
back
it
to
would
me
be
ever.
out of fear, but it would be out
Yeah.
of fear. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want that for my kids. Like,
Yeah.
and so we talk about everything with our kids.
Yeah.
And I think,
Same.
we were not aware of so much from a young age because we didn't. It was like anything knowledge was what you heard sitting in meeting on a hard metal
Get
chair.
married. Here's your brochure and your
Yeah.
cup of Vaseline.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right. Absolutely. You're good.
Yeah.
That's all you need. I mean,
You're good to go.
you're
How
pretty needy if you need
crazy.
more than that.
Like,
Yeah.
how important is premarital counseling to you?
Oh, very.
Like, will you not encourage your children, hey, get some
Oh, yeah.
counseling around this and just, make sure you guys are on the same page?
Right.
Whether
And
it's religious or not, just
no,
get some advice.
and especially here's the thing, the problem too, though, we were so freaking young. It's not like
Oh,
we were
yeah.
30 and had experienced life. And maybe you don't even have counseling, but you've experienced real life. Like, you know how to
Right.
do your own laundry. Like, there's things you've learned in life, right? It was literally like you get thrown into an apartment with a stranger who, by the way,
Did you
you've
know how
never
to
been
do
alone with.
laundry?
I think I did. Yeah,
I
mom taught
did
us to do.
not.
I knew how to do laundry, but Dwayne did not. You didn't know how? Probably because I did it all
No,
the time because you
you
were
did it
lazy
all the
ass.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I put away the clothes sometimes, but I never knew how to do like a load of laundry. I was like, what buttons do I push? Anyway, I need to go soon because
Okay, yeah.
my
Yeah.
children need to go.
Let's wrap it up.
We're at a different hour over here.
Yes, you are. You're at dinner time. Okay. We are
Oh,
going
but you're okay. Go ahead.
What? No, what?
No, you have your show tonight.
Oh yeah. I have my comedy show tonight, so I'm
Okay.
gonna go write some jokes right now. And
Okay.
they better be funny.
They
Maybe I'll
better be
send you a
funny.
video, okay? I'll send you a
Yes,
video and you
do.
can
I'll look
critique
at
it
it.
because I
Yes.
have like 3 hours till I have to be there, so I've got plenty of time.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
so that I'm not even nervous and don't even care. Like,
No,
I
you
wish
do
I had
so
a little
good.
bit more in me that was like, I really should be worried about this, but I just don't. Maybe
That's
because I
like
did
me
my
when
whole life.
speaking Spanish. I just go for it,
Oh yeah.
and I
You
should
gotta.
probably think about it a little bit more before I speak. And then my friend was the opposite. She wouldn't speak. She spoke perfectly, but
Mm,
she was afraid to speak. So we were
to speak
complete
her own.
opposites.
Ugh,
But I'd rather
you're
just
just
go for
fumbling
it.
through it, but you probably learned a lot more because you
I
learn from your
mean,
mistakes, you know?
sure.
But when you
And they
call
got the
so
point
when you
across.
call someone poopy underwear, you know, and they're like, "Eh,
I need the bathroom. Yeah.
that's the only thing you really needed to know in Spanish,
Yeah.
and you could have survived."
¿Dónde está el baño? Todos los baños.
¿Dónde están los baños? Wait, baños.
El
Baños.
baño.
Don't you love how I roll my letters so well?
Oh,
¿Dónde
so
están los
good.
baños? That's
No,
not bad.
not bad. You're never going with me to Ecuador. I'm
I'll just
shocked
be
of all
like,
people that you didn't. It's because you had young kids.
I did. I know. Remember, I wanted to so bad.
You
It
would
was
be good.
Dakota was little, and I wanted to go with
Yeah.
you, but I didn't. Maybe we should do
Okay,
that again.
so
Okay. So thank you so much for doing this. Thank you everyone for joining the Shanty Pants Show. This has been Sessions with a Sister. And we are going to be doing this more often so you guys can learn more about our childhood and our lives. And basically, more than anything, it's just a chance for me to get to look at my sister's face and connect because she moved far away from me.
and feel free
I'm
to ask us questions
bitter.
like, what do
Yes.
you want us to talk about on our next session? Do you
Here's
want us to get deep into a subject
true.
or
Yes.
just bring some pictures and discuss?
Yes. That's
Because
a great
I know
idea.
some people have a lot of questions when you say cult, and it's
No, they
like,
do.
you want
Believe me.
specifics or
Mhm.
do you want just like this was our life and let's laugh about it?
Yes. And I think that's a great idea. Leave them in the comments here if you're rewatching this later. Just leave them in the comments and then we'll check them and we'll know what to talk about next time. And we might have some other guests on with us as well because that would be fun.
Yes.
If we're not fun enough by ourselves.
And
And
we need to add some
then
music. Like some
yeah,
salsa music
but
when
the
Oh,
problem is
then
if
you get shut down.
then I get shut down. Yeah. So no
Okay.
music.
No, no music.
No music.
Make our own music.
Our voices are music enough.
Yes, they are.
Make your own kind of music.
If you get Steve on here, we can bebop.
Oh, totally.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Now remember that rap you guys did, that one skit?
Mhm,
You and Chad and Steve?
mhm. For your
What was
birthday?
that? Oh,
Your
it was
13th birthday.
for my birthday. That's
Yeah.
right.
Happy
That was
birthday, Shannon. Yo, happy birthday to you.
You.
Happy birthday, Shannon. Hope all your wishes come true. True.
true to you.
You. To you. And
Oh.
you know who else? Tim Tarwater was on that.
Oh,
list.
wow. I
Mhm.
need to get my old videos put into digital so bad because that
I
would be
agree.
on them. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay,
Maybe
let's
when I
stop.
come out and visit, we can do that together.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, love you.
Okay, love
Yes.
you. This is fabulous. Thank you everyone for listening. Leave us some comments. Let us know if you liked this, throwing this into the Shanty Pants Show, a little session with my sis. And yeah, thanks for joining us. And this was super fun. It's my first like official streaming the podcast.
You
to
look so
YouTube.
good on the mic.
Do I look professional? Like I totally know
Very.
what I'm doing.
Like your hair. Mm-hmm.
Like
Perfect.
my hair.
Totally. Yeah.
This
I
is how
love it.
everyone gets me. I'm like, they're like, oh, should I wear makeup? It's gonna be video. I'm like, you wear whatever you want, like whatever's comfortable
be
for
comfortable,
you.
yeah.
This is how you will see me, but this is what's
You
comfortable
kind
for
of
me.
look like a furry tiger. Lion
Okay.
mane. A lion mane.
Okay, that's what I was
Okay.
going for. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Nailed it.
Can't wait to see you soon. Miss you.
I know. Okay, love you. See ya.
Love
Thank you
you.
so
Okay.
much. Bye.
Bye.